Hello, YouTube, and welcome back to the Dividend Portfolio. We're going to do an October update. It is October 3rd, and we got a bunch of pending dividends coming in. So we're looking really good. And first of all, this is not financial advice. I'm just showing one strategy for a type of investment portfolio. Could be part of a larger strategy, and this is the update. So it's October 3rd. The way Robinhood works is it will show you pending dividends that are coming in, and they'll be added to the account. But these are all the pending ones so far up to October 8th, and we're looking really, really good. So the update right now is we are at 136.88 for October, and it's only October 3rd. These dividends go up to October 8th, so we still have a long ways to go. On the left, this chart here is the total for the whole year that we started about halfway through April and have been trying to grow this account as quickly as possible. So far for the year, we're up to $757 total, and you can see we're just going up and to the right for the total. And on the right side here, this is the total for each month. And I've already talked about how July and August were kind of outsized because we were holding MSTY. That's where this 105 came in, and we did get out of that account. We basically broke even, but I decided that was way too risky of a position to be in. So we're not going to get the MSTY dividend. We moved that into a different, we spread that among some less risky funds. So, but we're already getting some big numbers. We've got a $17.84 dividend. We've got $6.32, $6.32, $7.58, $11, $32, $8, $12, $28, all coming in by October 8th. So that's less than a third of the way through the month, and the total is $136. So this chart here, August is this 231, but you have to remember, if a large dividend comes in but the fund itself goes down, then the account is basically breaking even, and that's what we were getting with MSTY. I talked about that in other videos. I knew it was going to be a risky type of position, and it did what I was sort of worried about, where yes, the dividends are high, but the fund itself was, losing value. So I got out, and I think we basically broke even, doing less of that higher risk stuff for sure. I cover some of the holdings in the other video, but this is just an update because I don't know. I probably won't be till the end of the month till I do another update. So we have this trend also up and to the right. September has no MSTY, so that is more on line with the trend that we're going in with a total of 173. Still, we don't have any MSTY in this account, and we already have 136. So the goal is to have these dividends go back in and create the snowball effect. I am buying more throughout the week as well. I have a couple auto buys on for some of these holdings, and some of them are very low risk, and some of them I would say are like medium risk, and that's okay. So I don't see any reason why we're not going to at least hit 173 and get close to $200 total for the month of October. But you can see, so this says we've got a total of 11 dividends coming in by October 8th, and there's still a lot more to go. I'm expecting to still see, another $32, another $9, So with all of that coming in, we should bump up a little bit more than the previous month of 173, and we'll be getting very close to that $200 a month goal. And then the next goal after that is $300 a month. I'm doing this portfolio, for myself, but also just to show what can be done. And I'm hoping to inspire some people. I think for me, this is part of other strategies. I have some holdings which are not dividend based, right? Just more S&P 500, etc. So this is becoming just part of a strategy. I wanted to see how this would work, and I'm really liking it because if at some time, right now, all of the dividends are set to just automatically buy back in to the holdings, but if for some reason, say we get a consistent $200 or $300 a month, if for some reason I want to turn off the auto buys and start to just take that $200 a month to spend on whatever I want, building up this account will let me do that. And lastly, I just want to show a quote from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, which talks about, this isn't a quote, this is a chat GPT. I asked what was the main point, and I didn't read this book, but I'm aware it talks about assets. So this says, the core point of Rich Dad Poor Dad, the book, about buying assets is this. The rich focus on acquiring assets that put money into their pockets, like investments, rental properties, businesses, or intellectual properties. In short, true wealth comes from consistently buying and building income-producing assets, not just earning a paycheck and buying things that cost you money. So a lot of the things we buy do not pay us back, right? We buy them, we use them, right? We're hopefully getting some value out of them, but we're going to keep working forever if we don't buy things that pay us back. So as small as we're able to start, one of the ideas is I want to buy things that pay me back. I want to buy things that are making me passive income, that are making me money while I sleep, that are making me money on the weekend, right? Otherwise, I'm just on the rat race forever. Many of the things we buy not only cost us money, but then they require more money to maintain. Buying cars, buying all sorts of things for our hobbies, right? They don't really pay us back. I mean, unless they are business related, it's really hard to make a business profitable. It's very hard to have a small business start turning a profit, meaning it's starting to pay you back for the money you put in. Think of all sorts of side hustles and small businesses. You have to have some upfront costs, and some of those, like a website, or like pick anything. Maybe I'm like making candles, and I gotta buy the candle stuff, I gotta buy the labels, I gotta spend this time and energy, and hopefully go sell these candles at some fair or online or whatever. And I want it not to just break even. You could just try to do something to break even, but I'm hoping it ends up paying me back somehow, some percent, 1%, 2%, 5%, like paying me back. So doing these dividend strategies, I can buy, just like this says, we want to consistently buy income producing assets. So we're buying these funds, right? They're like stocks. We're buying these funds, we buy them, and then they produce income back. Right now, they're just continuing to buy back into the same funds, right? But when I turn that buyback portion off, all of a sudden I'm getting $9 a week, $7 a week, $6 a week, $40 a week, $17 a week. And yes, I have to put money up front, right? Just the same way that I consistently buy other things, right? I consistently buy food. I consistently buy clothing. I consistently buy whatever things for the hobbies and whatever I want to do. If I want to get off the treadmill, if I want to get passive income, I need to buy. How do I buy an income producing asset? There's a few different ways to do it, like investments, rental properties, businesses. This is the most effective one I've ever come across. I can buy these funds, right? Just like buying a new pair of jeans, but instead, if I buy this fund, every month it's going to start to pay me back. And if I do that over many years, it's going to compound and compound and compound. This year, we still have October, November, and December. So this year, we're going to get very close to $1,000 for the year. All of that is buying back in, so the fund is bigger. And next year, it's going to be $2,000 that buys back in. There's no pair of jeans I can buy. There's no sweater or hoodie or car I can buy that almost immediately, right when we started back in April, almost immediately said, "Oh, thanks for buying this. Here's money back." And I also own the fund itself, right? So if I want to basically like sell and cash out the entire portfolio because I have some big expense that comes up, I can just sell the whole portfolio. Maybe a better opportunity comes along, right? And I can sell the whole portfolio and put it into that. But almost immediately, I can buy these things, and week after week after week, they're paying me back. Consistently buying income producing assets. The consistency part is in most brokerages, you can turn on auto buy and just whatever it is. I have some that are $10. Well, all of the ones I have are $10 a week. They auto buy back into, not back in, but they auto buy the fund just $10 a week. So hopefully this inspires you a little bit to think about starting this, and the more years that this runs, the more years that this compounds, the more it's going to grow in an exponential type of effect. So that's the video, and look forward to doing an update halfway through, and then the end of October, we'll see if we get to $200 a month, and then we still have November and December to go, and we'll see if we hit that $1,000 by, I don't see any reason we're not going to at this rate. We'll definitely hit $1,000 by the end of the year, and hey, next year, probably going to be $2,000, probably more, right? So if you want to keep following this portfolio, hit the subscribe button, and you'll see some of the updates on this. Thanks for being here.